Coming up on today's show, the new Iron Man has been revealed and we're going to take a look.
We'll be asking Daisy Edgar Jones, where do the crawdads sing?
And we'll be taking you through this week's releases, including The Railway Children Return. And welcome to What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. I am Luke Owen.
And I sell a range of prime cut steaks with a 60s inspired fashion sense. The Mod Butcher. Dan Layton. The Mod Butcher. Gore the God Butcher. Thor. Mod.
Yeah.
Fashion. Prime cut.
See, because we just
Mod
before we started
Butcher.
recording, I was talking about the Railway Children. Before we started recording, and you were like, "Oh, I've got a new intro."
No, I got a joke. That's for them.
Oh, okay. We'll say this.
I was working on this all day.
So I was sat there being like, "How's this tie into the Railway Children?"
I was on a delay on the train, and I was like, "Well, and I'll use this time wisely, and I'll come up with a great." And I thought you'd really enjoy that.
I did enjoy it.
Well, you didn't show me that.
Well, that's only because I was trying to work out how this connects to the Railway Children. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Railway Children just yet. We're instead going to be kicking things off with this little bit of news. Now, this may be some spoiler town. We're pulling into spoiler station here, because there had been some rumour and some speculation, some conjecture, which had more or less been confirmed, that Ironheart, the new version of Iron Man, played by Dominique Thorne, was going to be in Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
And Dominique Thorne essentially confirmed this herself because she posted on Instagram as part of the production.
That's quite nice.
Which is a good way to
reveal. A giveaway.
Yeah, reveal that you're in the movie.
Yeah.
But they wasn't sure if there was actually going to be, are we going to get the debut of Ironheart in this?
The actual character, or are we just going to get the sort of genesis
You were just going to get her as a character, and then later on, we'll get her in the suit.
Yeah.
But according to this bit of leaked merchandise from Wakanda Forever...
And it's always merchandise.
Always merchandise!
Yeah.
If it's not merchandise, it's Lego. Giving the game away.
The Danes.
Yeah.
With their little blocks.
And actually, I would add a third one, Funko Pops.
Yeah, that'll do it. I would argue that's still merchandise.
Yes.
Under the umbrella.
I suppose it is. I suppose Lego's all under you. Yes,
it's all
you're absolutely right.
But merchandisers are the scourge of narrative storytelling.
Pack it in, merchandise.
Stop it.
Stop putting things out so soon.
Or plug your leaks. What's this particular piece of merchandise that they've leaked?
So this is a T-shirt for Wakanda Forever that shows 4 of the female characters on there, including Dominique Thorne's Ironheart in a suit.
In a suit?
Well, in the suit, yes.
On the T-shirt?
Yeah. In fact, there's actually 2 T-shirts that have been leaked for this that both show the design that we've got here. So,
goodness, okay.
Well, we'll take a look.
Yeah.
So there it is. And it's very interesting because you may look at that and be like, well, that looks like almost a downgraded Iron Man uniform.
Yeah.
Iron Man suit. So this is reportedly the direction we're going with here. It's different from the comics, bearing more similarities to Tony Stark's Mark I armor, which makes sense given the character is usually portrayed as an MIT student who reverse engineers the Iron Man armor.
I like that. That's yummy.
Yes.
That's good.
So she has taken...
So she's seen it and gone, okay, right, it looks like this. That's great. That's great. I like that very much.
And this is kind of like, we've been seeing this a lot with the MCU, is that we have lost these versions of the characters. We've lost our Tony Stark, we've lost our Chris Evans, we've lost our Captain America. Now we need the new versions of those. We've got Jennifer Walters coming in as She-Hulk. The new version of the Hulk.
Yeah.
We've now got the Falcon, Sam taking over the role of Captain America. This is our new Iron Man.
Intriguing. I have 2 things about that T-shirt.
Firstly,
I didn't realise T-shirts were still that way inclined. I didn't realise they were that popular when it comes to... I haven't worn a printed tee in a very long time, but I'm thrilled about it.
I mean,
you love a printed tee.
I was going to say, you look who you sat next to.
Your T-shirts are like a reference with a reference in a T-shirt, and they're all great.
Thank you very much.
Don't get me wrong,
Appreciate
but that's just like...
My wife disagrees.
That's like 1997. Do you know what I mean? They would just print a thing, and it would be images from the film.
I feel like that's the style of the time now, isn't it? Like when I see the youth going around with their T-shirts, and I'm like, that looks like the sort of T-shirt that I would have bought when I went to go see a gig in 1995.
When did we stop being the youth? That's really something I like to think
I just
about.
said then when I was going to gigs in 1995, that shows that I am no longer part of, quote unquote, the youth.
Goodness gracious, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
My other thing...
Tom Holland was born in 1996.
Yeah, I do have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Who did I look up? I think it was someone on Love Island, and they were like born after 2002. And that really stressed me out.
Oh,
yeah.
They wouldn't have been at the cinema seeing X-Men when
That's
it first
true.
came out.
That's very true.
Wouldn't even conceived.
And this person here, I don't know how old they are, but I'll try not to be stressed out by that. But they are very prominent in this picture. Like, so it's not like a little sort of just a character, is it? That's a character.
And I think this really is leading us down the direction of like the Young Avengers, which they're kind of sort of been teasing.
Oh yeah, my friend Corey has been all about that.
A little bit of that in Thor, Love and Thunder as well. So I wonder if this is going to kind of tie into that. This movie is also going to be the debut of Namor, so feels like this is a good kind of ground to introduce new characters. We actually found someone in our office who's just about to walk into the room there, who's the only person I've ever met that's excited to hear that Namor is going to be in a movie.
I'm going to push back a little bit. I don't know anything about Namor other than that, like
he's so boring.
Well, but he's a sort of superhero but of the sea. You know, I like pirates, and for someone who doesn't like going anywhere near boats, I really love the sea.
Yeah.
Right, and so like that's kind of cool to me. I'm into that. That's a great idea. I will say I have been a little bit, as much as I've enjoyed a few of the Marvel movies recently, since Black Widow onwards, I have a little bit felt. Are we getting going? When are we getting going?
Do you know what? I saw an article about that recently that was saying, like, Phase 4 needs to get going. It needs to do something to kickstart it, which I'm going to push back on.
Oh, well, between us, the push and pull.
Well, we've had 2 movies now and a few other things that have talked about the multiverse.
Yeah.
As in, like, that is the new thing we're moving towards. So I push back on the idea that Phase 4 hasn't done anything.
However, my argument is between various series and movies. Okay, yeah, the multiverse. Let's get on with it. Come on, give us the multiverse. Let's do it.
Yeah, because Doctor Strange did none of that, didn't it?
It's a little bit. Well, no, it did, but it sort of was like, wow, but we're sort of stopping it now, and it's like, can we just get on with it? Can we go? Can we? Come on, they're open.
We're impatient.
I am.
This didn't happen with Phase 1.
No, but
no one went to go see Iron Man 2 and was like, can we just get to the Avengers now? Yous are impatient. You kids today. Yes, Dan.
Yes, hi. In Phase 1, there weren't 12 different series going on at the same time as the movies. It was one movie.
No, we had to wait much longer for things.
I'm fine with waiting for things because if they move along, we're all good. I just want to get on with it.
Strong disagree. This week's big release is The Railway Children Return. Are you ready now?
It's like the joke isn't formed. It's just The Railway Children Return. Is it an off-peak return? Is it an anytime return?
Oh, it's good.
Who knows what it is? We'll find out, I hope, during the film.
Because the only joke I've seen about the film thus far is someone had Poe Dameron from Rise of Skywalker saying, "The railway children have returned. We don't know how."
Yeah, good. All good comedy.
Yeah,
Railway Children. They're on their way back. They've been.
This is a
and now they're coming back.
This is a film of my childhood.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, this is like...
I was going to try and blag it, but now that I know you enjoyed it as a child, you can take the lead.
Enjoy's a strong word.
Okay.
My mother loved The Railway Children.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those classics, isn't it?
That's it,
in that way.
So I saw it a lot when I was a youth. So like when I was on the train the other day, ironically, and I saw a poster for The Railway Children Return, I didn't even know this thing was happening. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. We're doing new Railway Children.
And they always love to do things with the Railway Children because there was a production of it, I think, near Waterloo with a real big old railway, like a big old train. They love it. People love it. So they're coming back. They're on the way back.
You can also get tickets for Thor, Love and Thunder, available in IMAX, 3D, 4DX, ScreenX, Super Screen, VIP, Minions, The Rise of Gru, Lightyear,
The Black Phone, Jurassic World Dominion, and Top Gun Maverick. Still going. Kicking its way through all the records and barriers.
It is breaking all sorts of... Although, I did see an article just before we started recording this that said that its box office may be broken this year by the Minions.
The Minions have really had something of a renaissance. Who knew?
Farts are funny.
That's not true. But the Minions are. So.
But they then fart.
But there are other jokes that they make that aren't related.
I would argue there aren't.
They sometimes say banana
well,
in a funny voice.
But Dan, what is your pick of the week?
What is my pick of the week? I'm probably still going to sit with Thor.
I'm sticking with Thor as well.
I have actually seen a few friends now who I thought would find it not the most fun ever, really love it. And that's made me go, oh, okay. Let's go and see it again. Let's chat.
Yeah, I'm going with Thor as well.
Yeah.
I actually haven't had a chance to see it for a second time yet, so I'm going to try and do that this week because I want to go in there with that mindset of I know what's happening here, and I just want to just go in and enjoy the
I definitely think knowing what you're going to expect and knowing what the characters are going to do sort of allows you to see other things in a different way. Also, you'll be able to take in tissues this time.
That's true, yeah. And I also wonder if it'll help me with that first act, which I wasn't...
Yeah, it absolutely helped me with that. I loved the opening sequence, and then the first bit I was like, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. The second time around, knowing what they were doing and actually knowing what narrative devices they'd used elsewhere in the film, I was a lot happier with what I was seeing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'll be able to see it multiple times as well, because I've got an unlimited card.
Let me tell you about this unlimited card.
Oh, please do.
It's great.
Yeah. But it gives me 10% off.
Does that?
Various different things across it, including Starbucks, Baskin & Robbins, and Icy, which is really, really handy in this hot weather.
Yeah, you might have noticed I've chosen to show a lot of skin today. I don't normally do that, but it's because it's wham. It's very wham.
It's very, very wham at the moment. We've had to turn the air conditioning off in this office, and it is...
Everyone's upset. They're all staring at us.
No one likes us.
Yeah, this is clubs and fans.
We've recently had a Canadian move into this country.
Indeed.
Like, he works with us, and he was kind of surprised that there isn't more air conditioning in the United Kingdom.
Everyone forgets this. They're always seeing us all over the world, and they're like, oh, those Brits complaining about the heat. What's wrong with them? They're so sensitive. Our buildings are built to keep heat in.
Yeah, they really are.
That's the point of them. You know, and we don't have air conditioning. It's just not a thing, because we only have this for like 3 or 4 weeks at a time.
Oh yeah, and you say 3 or 4 weeks, it's 3 or 4 days. It's like really, really intense.
Yeah. And when it happens, we know it.
Yeah,
we know it.
But I'm a heat boy myself, and I actually adore going to the cinema for that air conditioning, but also because it gives me a bit of an excuse to have things like Icy and those proper like slushy style drinks, which I love.
What's your favourite flavour?
Oh, mango.
Mango.
Oh, love it. And speaking of Cineworld cinemas, and the wonderful places that they are.
Yeah.
We recently had an event at our Hounslow branch to celebrate the launch of the Women's Euros with the 20th anniversary. Is it the 20th anniversary?
Oh,
it is the 20th anniversary. I can't believe it's 20 years.
I know.
I thought it was more than that, which is why I wanted to correct myself.
So I have an interesting thing with the timeline. Should we just say what the film is first?
Bend It Like Beckham.
Bend It Like Beckham, 20 years ago. Which is, by the way, fantastic. The Women's Euros is incredibly entertaining this year. I'm having a great time. It was a brilliant match yesterday, our time. And Bend It Like Beckham is a fantastic movie. Really interesting and forward-thinking and progressive movie for its time, and still for now in many ways. So that's a great little tie-in. But I have a thing about timelines in general, which is that I feel like 2002 happened about 50 years ago. 2006, also very long time ago. 2014 was yesterday. And then 1996 was also yesterday. I don't understand dates. Like, it's very peculiar.
Well, see, the reason for me is that I wasn't sure if it was 20th anniversary, because if you'd have asked me, I'd have said this film came out in 1997. Because I'm thinking of height of David Beckham.
I would say that's not the height of David Beckham. Excuse me, Manchester United and the Spice Girls. David Beckham is my absolute fave. I support his rubbish MLS football team, even though they are dreadful, because it's David Beckham. Listen here.
Look.
97 is when he started.
96, then we're heading into 97.
Yeah,
and then 1998 is when we're like real peak.
Disagree. Because by 1999 we win the treble, and then in 2000, 2001, that's when he's like England captain. Because in 98, don't forget, he did the kick and it was bad and everyone was cross with him.
Everyone was very mad at him.
And then he comes back and it's like a redemption arc. We love a redemption arc. Yeah. And then he's got his lovely fashion and he wears a sarong and everyone starts liking him again. And then in 2001, he's like England captain. He scores that incredible goal to take us to the 2002 World Cup, and they make this film, and everyone does indeed want to bend it like Beckham, and they do it fantastically.
Also, let's all give Keira Knightley some slack.
For what?
I think people hate on Keira Knightley.
They shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, good. Phew.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, hang on, what are we doing here?
No.
Yeah, Keira Knightley's fantastic.
We've babbled enough about this already. In fact, we've gone way off track. Here's a video to explain what happened.
Tonight we're having an exclusive screening of Bend It Like Beckham, celebrating the film's 20th anniversary and the opening of the Women's Euros. We invited some guys from QPR Down who've been playing some football games in the foyer as part of this.
It's been really good. We've probably had a few hundred people have a go at our bead challenge and everything. Gave out lots of prizes. It's really good.
It's fantastic to see that QPR are here. They do a lot of work in schools and within the community to promote girls and women's football. And just looking at all the kids having a go, kicking the football, and families that have come along today, it's really inspiring, and I hope that they also enjoy the film on the big screen.
We're showing the movie in a super screen, which is our biggest format screen with full Dolby Atmos, and it's going to be an experience to remember.
I saw it when it first came out. It's filmed at Hounslow at Lambton Park. It made it more fun because it was shown internationally, but this is the first time I'm going to see super screen, so I'm looking forward to that.
Back in the day, some of our women players were actually in the film.
I saw it when I was younger, and Keira Knightley was one of my favourite actresses growing up and really inspired me as a young girl to try and play more football. I haven't seen it on the super screen before. It felt like you were immersed in the film, and it's a great film to watch still as an adult.
Hopefully this is the first of many local events and everyone's really enjoyed themselves tonight.
You like a little icy?
I do indeed.
Other snacks available, include but are not limited to, a hot dog. And I think if you're going for a little sort of respite from the sunshine, have yourself a little hot dog.
Yeah.
Get yourself a little icy. Watch a movie in the aircon.
Absolutely.
It's not a barbecue.
No, well, it's not. Oh, it's perfect time for a barbecue.
There you go.
Barbecue type food, isn't it? And then on July 20th, it is National Hot Dog Day, which means if you are an unlimited card holder when you go to Cineworld Cinemas on July 20th, you don't just get to go see a movie with your unlimited card.
Yeah.
You get a free hot dog.
And you can't pass that up.
No, you can't. Tickets are currently on sale for DC League of Super Pets and Where the Crawdads Sing. And we recently sat down with Daisy Edgar Jones to talk about that movie.
Luckily, I had the book, which was sort of the thing that I drew most of my inspiration from was reading her kind of inner life, and I would lift quotes that I felt were really important and put them on my script. And so I had a really great kind of reference for every scene. But I also I had to kind of try and get the accent right, and that was a big part of finding Kyra as a character, because she's quite a gentle character, I think. She's very resilient as well, and strong, but she's also very gentle. And I think there's something about that voice that really helped me access that part of her. So I think nailing the accent was something I felt was really important. Well, this is my first time being in something that's going to have a proper cinema release. And so I'm so excited, and that nature is so beautiful. And I think Polly, our DOP, just captured it like in such a stunning way that when you watch it, I really hope that you feel like you're almost in the environment. And also there's so many aspects of this story that I think are really thrilling. There is this murder mystery that's kind of permeates throughout the story. And I think seeing it in the big screen with a group of people is such an exciting thing, because there's a lot of twists and turns, and I really like the idea of people sharing that in the same moment.
That's all we've got time for on this edition of What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. Please do check out any of the movies that we've discussed today using the links in the video description down below. And if you enjoyed these two idiots going back and forth with their David Beckham banter, then you'll love the podcast version of this that's got extra waffle in the podcast realm. So please do check that out on all good and bad podcast platforms. And until then, I've been Luke Owen.
And I've been Dan Knight.
And that's What's On.